Airstrikes on Yemen have claimed the lives of more than 30 people in the provinces of Aden and Saeb. The death toll from the airstrike on Aden district in Aden province has risen to 13, with half of the victims reported to be women and children. Saudi jets have also bombed a residential building in Munabid district in Saeb province, killing 19 people and leaving many more injured. More than 4,700 people have been killed since Saudi Arabia launched its military strikes on Yemen on March 26. Riyadh has defied international calls to halt its deadly aggression. Crossing over to Belfast, joined by author and Middle East expert, Mr. Saeb Shaath. Thank you so much for being with us. Well, we're talking about over 4,700 people being killed since the end of March, and yet basically silence on the so-called international front. What is it going to take to stop this Saudi aggression on Yemen?
Let's understand one basic fact here for what they call themselves, quote-unquote, international community, which I mean here, United States of America and its gangs, alliance. Aden is blessed or cursed with a strategic geopolitical or geographical position, which is geopolitical position as well. It has the best natural harbour in the south of Arabia. Under the British colonial occupation of Yemen, Aden used to be the third busiest port in the world. And that's when, hence, we see in the focus right now in Aden more than anything else. Aden was a strategically important military and naval base for the British. From there, the British controlled many of their territories. Alone in khormaksar, the British had their Royal Air Forces bases, military bases in there, and they were controlling their presence in the region from Kuwait to east of Africa. And from there, they used to as well support their dominance over Hong Kong, Singapore, and parts of Asia. And that's we see today when the British Republicans in 1962 started their revolution, how the British got themselves and the Israelis and the Saudis in one alliance to smash this revolution. And that's, I'm talking in the early 60s. And because they thought of it as this is a direct threat to Israel's existence, and when you have a nation, a sovereign nation in Yemen, which is controlled that strategic position, and threatens the existence of Saudi Arabia and their looting of the wealth in there. If I can clarify that more further, in 1967, when the Egyptian blocked the Red Sea for the Israelis shipping movement in there, that's meant denying Shah of Iran then supplying Israel with petrol, with oil, with the vital energy supplies for the state of Israel stopped. They seen this as existential threat to Israel. From then, Israel and the United States of America and its alliance start expanding their presence in areas to surround this part of the geopolitical strategic importance in the southern Arabia. And from there, after that, we see them now infiltrating Eritrea, destroyed Somalia, and that. Today they are declaring the Saudis with a psychological warfare. They have a presence in Aden. They are playing on the grievances of the southern people when the Islah Party at the time 1994 with the alliance of Ali Saleh.
Well, Mr. Shaath, I'm sorry, Mr. Shaath, we're very limited in time, but I want to look at one aspect right now of what is happening. Do you think that the Saudis and those supporting the Saudis against the people of Yemen are surprised at the point or the amount of resistance from the Yemeni forces and Ansarullah fighters? Because what we're seeing is now basically since the end of March, but still the Saudis have not been able to bombard the Yemeni people into submission. 1 minute, sir, if you could answer that. Thank you.
This is exactly what they want to do. They want to decimate the back of the Yemeni people. They want to lie to them and say we are now having this exiled government, or what they want to call it, their puppets, back in Aden, which is lies and proved is lies. They're playing psychological warfare to find footsteps in there and hold any territory in there for their own stooges and mercenaries. Aden, as I explained, the major importance of Aden, not just for the Saudis, for the whole Israeli-American alliance in there, and that's going to be used in the future to try to infiltrate Iran as well, and to sabotage any kind of scientific development in Iran. This is the complexity of this issue in Yemen, and they want to destroy anything in Yemen to force the people in Yemen, like what they did, and to push them to the corner, so the people will try to pressurize their own leadership and ask for any kind of settlement, since they want to live.
Thank you so much for being with us, Mr. Saeb Shaath, author and Middle East expert out of Belfast.